Hey, welcome to another episode of Two Wheels and Tannerite. So, I figured I'd do something a little bit different today, because some of the next couple of videos I have planned are, again, a little bit more serious. Some of them were just going to be repair videos, but I figured I'd do something a little bit different to mix things up, so that a little bit more entertaining for you. So, for those of you who watch this and don't know me personally, I'm a little eccentric. I have some unusual tastes, and some of my priorities are a little different than other people's in this world. I personally don't really care about cars for the most part. I'm really a motorcycle and bicycle kind of guy. But when I had kids, I have two kids, when I had kids I could no longer exclusively be a bicycle or motorcycle person, because it's just not practical or conducive to living in Portland, Oregon, where it rains and gets really wet, especially when you have kids. So about a year ago, I decided I wanted to do a project vehicle that I was originally hoping that my kids might be potentially interested in, because my last car, which was a project car, was a 84 Toyota Tercel 4x4 wagon, and my kids loved it. Part of it is because I let them paint it. Because again, I'm not a huge car person, kind of don't care. And so the transmission went out on that car. I had to get another car, so I picked up a Scion TC. Great car, but it's a two-door sports car type thing. It's not hugely powerful or anything, but when you've got two kids and groceries, it's not really conducive to driving consistently and getting it out of cars and bringing friends and stuff like that. So on a whim, I don't exactly remember how it started, but I remember thinking to myself, it'd be super fun to have another project car, but it had to have 4 doors, and it had to be reasonably reliable. It couldn't be, some bizarre project car that wasn't going to be exactly what I couldn't be breaking down in the middle of the street on the way back from skating or doing whatever with the kids. So on a whim, I just started looking around for cars that fit into that category, and a year ago I stumbled across my current project car, now my primary car. So sadly, the TC was a hit and run by some guy who was high on something, and he completely destroyed the car. It was a major drag. I was actually starting to fix it up and make it look like a really nice car, but he hit it so hard that it ended up destroying the car. It was just completely totaled. I will cut to some video here. Okay, so this is the remnants of my car after some idiot who was very high on something basically hit it and ran. He hit it so hard it actually knocked it into the middle of the street. I'm actually still waiting on the police report 6 months later. I literally just got off the phone with the police trying to find out what's going on with my report so I can get the insurance money on it. And yeah, that sucked. It sucked a lot. It's a real bummer too, because the car was in really great shape. What do you do, right? Cool. Well, thanks. Yeah. Okay. So that being said, let me introduce you to my current primary car and my ongoing project car. So this is my 2004 Prius. I have no idea if it's like a specific kind of Prius. I didn't really care. The truth of the matter is, I basically just jumped on Craigslist. I searched for a Prius. I changed the settings, or the search feature, for the cheapest one that was listed. And then the first one that popped up, I contacted the guy and was like, hey, I want to take a look at your Prius. Turns out he was a super nice Mormon kid who had to go back to Utah because he was getting married. And on the spot, he offered me the car for stupid cheap. I apologize, I don't remember what he offered it to me for, but it was like less than half of what his original price was on Craigslist. It was just beyond cheap. And at that point, he had already done some work to the car. He had already rebuilt the batteries. It had like 250,000 miles on it or something like that. But it was in immaculate shape when I got it. And again, I had the Scion, and I didn't care. I just wanted something to work on. I don't like watching television. My idea of fun is working on stuff, building things, changing things. So yeah, so let's see here. Actually, here, let's do this. So here we've got the front of the car, where I've already custom painted it. Let's see, we've got your 9-inch nails, Art is Resistance flag. I've got fog lights. I've got a Japanese electrical coin purse. I have the Bosuzuke ring. My friend gave me this zombie baby. Zombie. And then I basically started goofing off with it. As I mentioned, I'm from Hawaii, so I thought it'd be fun to do some custom plates on it. I made my own custom flags. I just bought morale patches. I covered it in Velcro, put morale patches, that way I can change them out when I want. And then the other thing I did is I stripped off the paint. Let me adjust my... Oh, come on. I stripped off most of the paint off of the car, so like that's why this door is like this. I had the windows tinted. I had a professional roof rack put on. This has an interesting story to it, which I'm going to get back to you on. And then, yeah, so I went through and I just started decorating and modifying the car. After I had the windows tinted, I started sticker bombing the crap out of it. I've intentionally chosen stickers that kind of don't make sense or are potentially what most people would consider mutually exclusive concepts. Of course, I had to put the Jocko Willink Good sticker. I've got another Boso ring. Control-Alt-Delete, because just make it stop. Yes. So let's come around. Another mod that I had super fun doing, which I thought was really awesome, was I put in my own, let's see here, if you can see this, it's my own bottle opener. So you never know when you're going to want to have a root beer. I don't really drink for the most part. Occasionally I'll have a martini, but that's the extent of it. So yeah, so I put on my own bottle opener with a bottle catch. People ask me, well, why didn't you put it directly underneath? The problem is when the door goes up and down, or when the window goes up and down, it comes at an angle, and if you put this too low, it actually scratches the glass. So I had to put it here. I also drilled additional holes in the bottom so that way it drains water when it gets wet. Then you're probably wondering about this paint. So the goal is to make it so that the paint is textured. Also the paint will change over period. So after I stripped the paint off of the car, I actually went back over the car with Vaseline. Yes, Vaseline, you heard that right. Then I dusted it heavily with baby powder. And then after that, I proceeded to actually paint it with primer gray, black, glossy black, and flat black, because I wanted as much texture and gradient as is possible on the car. I didn't want it normal at all. I changed out the interior lights to all red LED lights, and then I went and installed, this is technically supposed to be for a Jeep. This is the Molly Jeep seat covers. I've got your dump pouch. I've got a medical kit. Got a flashlight on the other side. I've got EMT scissors. Over there, let's see, I have a fire extinguisher which I need to hard mount. I just haven't made the time to do that. Of course, you know, being from Hawaii, I also have to have the lucky cats. My daughter decided to add the rat, which she decorated. Let's see. I actually have a bunch more things that I want to change to the interior of the car. Let's see here. In the back, I've got more of the Molly stuff. I had it more arranged, but my son, being my son, decided to take everything apart. I actually grabbed a trash bag because even though I set up the drop pouches for trash cans, as you can see, sadly my kids did not take that too seriously. Then the piece de resistance, the best part of the car, well, I shouldn't say the best part, one of the most entertaining parts of the car is Jack. I'd like to introduce you to Jack. Jack is, oh, can you even see Jack? Oh, sorry, let me move the monkey, another Bosso ring. Let's see here, actually tell you what, it's a little bit cramped in here, so let's cut and I'll show you Jack. I also forgot about another interesting tidbit about my car. Cow skull, because everybody needs a mandatory cow skull. These actually fall off of cows when they die, so I re-glued it and I clear coated it. The only thing is the clear coat is starting to come off. I'm gonna have to do more layers of that later. So yeah, cow skull. Okay, so let's explain Jack. This is Jack. Meet Jack, everybody. Jack is a mannequin. I actually picked him up for my last car project, the Tercel. The only problem is when the Tercel died, I didn't have anywhere to put Jack, so I ended up moving Jack into the Prius. So the problem with Jack, though, Jack is getting what I call a headectomy. The problem with Jack is that his head really sucks. Let's see here. Had an electric face mask going on there. So as you can see, Jack doesn't have a whole lot going on in the cranium department. So I want to give Jack a real head. So my friend gave me this head. There we go. And I want to cut off Jack's existing head. I guess that's one way of putting it. And yeah, we're going to transplant it. So that way Jack will have a real head. I also need to shorten Jack's torso because I accidentally made Jack crazy tall. And I need Jack to be a little bit more of a normal height when Jack sits in the car. And then that way I can do other fun stuff. One of the other things I'm hoping to do is add some electronics to Jack, so that way there's an automatic timer that will go on when the sun goes down, so that way Jack's eyes will light up, so that way the inside of the mask will glow. I got a couple other ideas, but part of the problem is it has to be all battery powered, and it has to be independent batteries away from the actual car itself. But we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so I'm gonna go start working on a headectomy, because everybody does a headectomy, right? Yeah. Guten Abend. Ich heiße Dr. Terrell und dies ist meine Mannequin. Oh, that's right, in English. So today we're gonna perform a headectomy. We're gonna have to start with Jack's spine, because I wasn't thinking when I first built him and fused all of his plastic bits. He is predominantly made out of good old-fashioned PVC tubing. And then he's got a cloth exterior with typical pillow stuffing. I also have an old towel that I had stuffed inside of him to take up more mass inside of his body. So we're going to go and cut him up and rearrange the head part of Jack, because, you know, yeah. As you may have noticed, he even has hands I have no idea what size gloves he would even wear. I actually dressed him in my my old clothing for the fun of it. Okay, so I've got my handy dandy saw. This should be okay. Let's see what we can do here. Come on, Jack. So this should be relatively painless, seeing as, you know, he's not real. At least we'd like to think he's not real, unless if you want to, you know, study the simulacrum and stuff. Okay, so, okay, he's got a shoulder joint. Yeah. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, we're holding together here. Come on, Jack, we can get through this. A little bit more. Okay. I need to get some pieces. Hold on a second. Okay, so I got two of these couplers because I want to be able to shorten up his spine so when he sits in the car, yeah, okay. When he sits in the car, he doesn't sit so high so you can't see his head. Well, that's kind of how it is now. So I want to cut a moderate amount off. Jack's being a real sport, isn't he? How much shorter should I? Yeah. I'll go there. Hold on a second. Pardon me a moment. I'm kind of winging this. Yeah, let's go. Let's go there. Okay. Making a little bit of a mess here, but oh well. This time I'm not going to glue him. I glued him last time and it created all kinds of problems. So this time I'm just going to press everything together since he basically just sits in the car. Okay. Pardon me while I inappropriately grip him. Okay, so we got that done. That's good. Let's get you closed up here. Pull your shirt back down. Okay. So how are we going to do your skull? So I want to take this seam back apart. Okay, so it looks like part of these seams are done on the outside, so I'll start here. Actually, I'm going to need to open this back up because I'll take the stuffing out of his head and I'll put it back in his body. My Leatherman will probably be okay for this. No, that's not a good seam. Okay, fine. you know what? I'm going to pull out my sewing scissors to make it easier. I'm Jack, and yes, I sew. Sewing scissors. Here's a pair. That's not the pair I want. Where's all my sewing scissors? I'm going to cut this here because this is super boring. Nobody cares about me while finding my scissors. Okay. Let's start with the scissors. Okay, Jack, we're going to take you apart. No offense. Hopefully most of this will come apart pretty easy. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to take this fabric and just create a bigger opening and then sew it up so that way I can just fit the neck around it. I may have to use some elastic, I'm not too sure yet, but I'll figure it out. This is Jack's brains. Okay, we're starting to get there. I'm also going to have to calculate, let's see now. So that head will fit right onto this PVC, which is very convenient, let me tell you. So I'm going to have to make some calculations in terms of where I need to cut for the head, or the neck, excuse me. Okay, so we need to, let's loosen up Jack's shirt. Get this a little bit more. I'm trying to use some finesse. I don't want to completely ruin the fabric, because some of it I'll be able to reuse in terms of reconstructing his neck and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so now we need to figure out where is his head going to sit. Okay, so I'm going to cut it probably about there. That's oddly gratifying. Don't ask me why. Jack's new head. It's alive. Oh, your hair's all messed up. Sorry about that. Okay. Just stay there. Actually, here. Now that I think about it, I wonder if I can... What's going to be the best way to do this? Probably pop it through the back. We're just going to have to figure it out. So it kind of makes sense to push this fabric back in here. There we go. We got this, it's in the way. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay. So we're going to try to slide it from the bottom over. I'm hoping some of this will be willing to compress to fit. I might even be able to reach up in the through Jack and get the inside to fit first. Come on. It's really close. I was kind of hoping not to have to cut any more than I need to. Let's see if I can use one of my favorite tools. Yes. So this tool, if you're interested, is actually made by Efficient Velo Tools. This is actually called the Poker. I'm not sponsored by them. Brett Fleming actually owns the company. He's my former boss. He made this tool. It's brilliant. It's literally one of my favorite tools. Okay, so now that we got that going, let's see if we can make sure that the rest of the... Let's see, is that good? Well, I think that worked okay. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to put the towel back inside. I'll just put the trash as well inside Jack. Okay, Jack. Let's see if we can get you going here. So the goal with this is to make it so that Jack fits in the car a little bit better. Oh, shorter torso makes it hard to get this towel inside of him. The goal is to make it so that he sits more body appropriate inside the car. So it's more obvious that it looks like there's a real person with some real shape in the car. Okay. I'm trying to give him a little bit more mass by shoving this towel inside of him, because otherwise, when I got the shell, it was so hard to pack him that you know, I was kind of running out of things to be able to use, and this just is an old towel. Flatten the towel out and then we'll get inside him. So this is to fill out his shoulders and his body in general, so he doesn't look like just this flat, you know, squishy thing. Okay. Okay, let's see how you're looking, Jack. Here, Jack. I even dressed him in my old clothes. I should probably, let's see. Okay, let me adjust this. I'm going to cut this and adjust it. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So, all things considered, Jack's looking pretty good. He's a little bit long in the torso, but I think in comparison with the rest of him, it's not too bad. I know I should probably build more of a spine for him, but right now this is really all I need. So his head is on. Now we can put his mask back on. I got some plastic in here to try to fill this out a little bit. That's a start at least. So I'm thinking at some point, let's see. Oh, this is ridiculous. So I'm thinking what I'll probably do is I'll get him a balaclava to go around his neck. I may just do something like this. I've got various camo fabric that I can quickly slap together and make him a balaclava to go around his neck, so it's a little bit more harder to tell that he's a mannequin. I figure this is kind of fun. So, to be honest with you, I bought this mask because it was stupid cheap off of eBay. But I didn't realize that it was made out of latex. I thought it was an actual, like an airsoft fake gas mask that they had splattered with paint. But now that I see that it's all squishy and everything, and the way it hangs, now that I know that I like the general aesthetic, what I'll probably do is I'll buy just another hard plastic airsoft mask to put on it and then paint it myself so it has the aesthetic that I want. So part of the Prius, as you may have noticed with the patches, a part of the Prius has a kind of a Division 2 feel to it. This is kind of what I'm going for. It's part of the reason why the side of the car has that one of the gangs from the Division 2. I only did that merely because of the fact that their logo is super easy. So yeah. So I'm all things considered, I'm actually pretty happy with this because this will actually look pretty good. Yeah. Let's go and put Jack back in the car, see how he looks, and yeah, go from there. Hey, how's it going? So I let Jack sit for a couple of days because I wanted his shoulders to settle. I don't know if you can see that particularly well. Oh yeah, he's kind of dark in here. Jack, come here. Okay, get in the shot, Jack. Anyway, his neck is too long, so I need to cut it down some more. So we're gonna go and do that. So yeah, I just figured I'd let you know, because, you know. Also, and yes, as a matter of fact, I'm in my pajamas, because, you know, I haven't left the house in like a week. So I figure, you know, welcome to the pandemic. So yeah, I'm gonna put on some real clothes, and we're gonna cut Jack up a little bit, and then throw him back in the car. I was goofing off on Amazon, and I noticed that you can get neck gaiters for crazy cheap, like $3. So I went and ordered him a black one, because that's an important thing. Yes, it is. All right. Peace out.
It's not an actual gas mask.
Yeah, that's why it's so low quality.
It's a prop.
It's all flappy.
It's not
And
an
floppy
actual
and squeaky.
gas mask. It's not supposed to be.
Squeeze,
It's not.
flop, flop.
Yes.
Lovely,
Okay, so why don't you help? So as I was saying before, his neck is too long, so we have to cut it down. So my
neck.
faithful assistant Thorin here.
I want to be your faithful assistant.
Okay, then come over here and come around and help. We need to take off his hat, his mask, and then we need to flip him. Careful, careful. We need to take all that off, please. Okay, no. Now we need to flip him over. And we need to shorten up. Hey, nobody said we had to be gentle with him. And we need to shorten up his neck because it's too long. So here, why don't you?
Is that his spine?
No, this is a towel I shoved in here to try to help fill out his torso.
Don't you hate
Why-
it when
why-
your spine turns purple?
It depends. If you like purple, it might actually work out really well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so Thorn, why don't you help? Why don't you pull his head off?
Pull his head
Thank
off.
you.
Double head.
Okay, so I'm trying to be careful and not pull out his stuffing. Okay. Oh, this apparently B is no longer helping. So, okay. So where's the... Okay, watch yourself. Hold on, I need to see this place. So I'm I'm gonna have to wing this. I want to make this neck as short as possible.
I have brought another faithful assistant.
Oh, here comes Lucifer. We're gonna have to. I don't want to ruin Jack's clothes.
He is screaming.
Hey, let me ask both of your opinions.
What?
Should we get? Have you ever seen those hazmat suits? The one piece. Should we get one for Jack?
Yeah.
Do you like that idea?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about getting a bright yellow one. What do you think?
Good.
Our faithful assistant is probably gonna win. Lucifer.
You're. So Lucifer's deaf. Lucifer can't hear anything.
Cat.
Lucifer the cat. So it's so hysterical when we'll start yelling at the cat, and the cat is like, "What?"
Why is your mouth moving funny?
And then we'll just sneak up on him, touch him once, and it'll do like a relatively loud meow.
He's a very happy one right now. He's helping with the
Oh, here.
surgery. Lucifer says hi. Lucifer. If you want pets,
But I'm doing this wrong. Let's see. There we go. Okay, we're going to start in the front, and then we're going to get it to come around to the back. All right.
Oh, there's the cat. The cat has been stolen once again.
Okay.
Is his head back on? You know when you just sleep?
Ah, great. Yesterday my neck was too long, so I just took off my head and rearranged it.
For the sake of expediency, I'm not going to shove the towel back in there.
I think he farted on my hand.
Yeah, he probably did fart on your hand. You know, he always farts on everybody. I don't understand why you're surprised.
Well, why would he? How did? Were you touching his butt?
No.
Were you hovering your hand beside his butt?
No.
Then how did he fart on your hand?
I don't know, but
The way
it
he was sitting.
smells like cat farts.
Doesn't Lucifer always smell like cat?
Okay, guys, we need to put Jack's mask and
You
hat
gotta
back
put
on.
his gear back on, and I'm gonna wash off my hand. Well, it smells like cat farts.
Yeah, that looks way better, don't you think? The height of his neck.
It's time for the hat.
All right. Oh, do you pop the thing on? It's really easy to put back on. Put the hat on first. No, put the hat on first. Okay. Now let me show you a little trick. And yes, I carry this everywhere. Well, you can only get it part of the way in with your fingers. You have to pull the rest of it through with the paddles. So after this, we're going to put Jack... Thorin! Come on. No, Thorin. I mean, for crying out loud. So, yeah, you got it? There you go. Good job. And then we want to tighten it up a little bit so it doesn't fall off him. It doesn't have to be totally tight, just a little bit tight.
There we go.
Okay, so after this, we're going to throw Jack back in the car. I've got a gator coming for Jack. I may change his
An alligator?
a neck gator.
Oh.
We're gonna change his alligator. We got a new alligator coming through.
And yeah, so I'll put the gator on him later when it comes tomorrow. And then I'm also thinking about getting one of those bright yellow.
Gator on him later.
Oh, what is it called? Not Kydex. What is the stuff they put on the outside of... I was just thinking about earlier. The stuff they put on the outside of houses. Whatever it's called. Hey, Thorin, while you're at it. Thorin. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to cut here. We're going to put this in the car. Size him up, see how he's doing. Thorin, come on. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Leave the cat. Leave the cat. Leave the cat. Put the cat down. Come on, put that away, please. Thank you. And yeah, and then we'll see how Jack looks. I want to get him. God, what is it? Why Tydex? No. It's made by DuPont. It's that bright yellow stuff. Anyway, we're gonna put Jack in one of those suits, and then he'll live in the car, and then we'll go from there. Yes. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, those of you who noticed this, and these, and this, and can you hand me that thing, please?
This thing?
Yeah. this. In one of my next videos, I'm building a home gym in my basement because I'm tired of being out of shape and having too much of a dad bod. Put the lightsabers away.
I want to make a home, like 1 monkey bar or 2 monkey bar. Just like attach some like bars to the ceiling so I can.
Well, if you want something in your, like a climbing thing in your room, we can do that, but we need to sit down and actually design it and figure out how you want it. Does that sound fair? Okay. So let's end the video here, and then we'll take this outside after we get our shoes on and everything. What is going on with Jack's arm?
I don't know. Let's go.
Anyway, so let's stop the video. So here, why don't you push the red button? Yeah, push the red button.
There.
Yes, but we want it off.
Wait, no.
All right. Well, Jack fits a little bit better in the car. What do you think, Thorin?
Good.
All right. Good morning. Kids aren't awake yet, but I figured I'd throw the gator that I got from Amazon yesterday onto Jack. I also want to give a mad shout out to Parker. He grabbed one of these really cool hydro flask from Shimano. Shimano sent us these really cool hydro flask for our coffee. And because I'm no longer in the shop very often, he snagged one for me and I was really appreciative of that, so shout out to Parker. Okay. Oh, I'm not entirely awake yet. Okay, Jack, let's figure out your configuration here. Oh, you know, I wonder if it makes sense to... No, it wouldn't make sense to try to come in from the other side. Yeah, so let's see if we can just figure out how we can do this. Okay. Remember, kids, safety third. Let's just pop. Actually, let's just get Jack out of here. Move the car blanket. I'll just throw Jack on the hood. Come on, Jack. Watch your legs, Jack. Oh, Jack's foot fell off. Okay, so I'm gonna set you down because I don't only have so many hands. Let's see here. That kind of sort of works, right? Okay. Jack's hat off. Jack's mask off. Sorry, it's my girlfriend. No, I'm talking to the camera. I told you I was a little eccentric. Okay, so Jack can be all ninja now. Yeah? What do you think, Jack? Yeah. I don't know, what do you guys think? I can't decide if I should get Jack the hazmat, the yellow hazmat suit, or if I should get just one of the hood things like they have in the army, where the hood goes over the gas mask. accidentally came. There we go. That's Ninja. So here we are with Jack. I think my battery died as I was trying to get him set up. So I'm just gonna cut it here because, you know, Jack's back in the car. He seems to be doing okay. I hope you can see that okay. I don't have the best lighting here. I was trying to get him a little bit lit. And yeah, so this is me and my eccentric weird Prius. I'm gonna do a bunch more to it, as crazy as it sounds, and go from there. So I'm gonna call it good here. Sorry, this is kind of random and kind of peculiar, but you know, I work on weird stuff sometimes.